receive the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. Coming out with it, it's Winston. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So Mississippi State's offense will take the field first. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, Dave.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Just those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. From inside the 10, here he comes. Finds a little space. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returner, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And he'll bring it back. Coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And that guy is just a man. I mean, he sets the tone in this defense. You saw it on that play right there. Reminds me a lot of the guy standing beside me, David Pollack, who really set the bar for great D-line play at Georgia. I think back to two guys I played against, Richard Seymour and Marcus Stroud, lining up beside each other on the inside of that D-line. That was an absolute nightmare to go up against.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Oh, they're after him. And they got him in the end zone for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will go to work for the first time. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing. and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early.
There he goes. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. Offense gets set for second down. Trying play action. Grab near the marker. It's Williams. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to Davis. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
And how about this offensive line? Third and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on their running back to score that touchdown.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
Turning it on! And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Hard running there. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Bulldogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Pressure coming. Trying to set up the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on 3rd down. Under fire. Snagged in the middle. It's Campbell. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Tight end now in motion. The give on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. Quickly to the tight end. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And he left that one short. Tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Might be changing the route. Dropping back, it's Applewhite. He's got him. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle, it's Williams. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Dogs had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Finds his big tight end. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. This is a great way to control tempo, control the game, feeding the tight end, and they've done it beautifully here in the first half.
You find great matchups where you see, you think about it. He's too good to be covered by linebacker.
Touchdown, Dogs! A great catch and run for 6. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you build yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And the Bulldogs come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Looking to pass, it's Coleman Hope. He's got his man, makes the grab. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. The sure hands, it's Harrell.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Bring in the heat. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They'll look to pin them deep. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. That's caught. It's Taylor. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. This will likely be the last play of the half. Going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Using his legs, it's Brewer. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Athens. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering two things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And with that, let's send it back to the fellows between the hedges in Sanford Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Mississippi State has it teed up, ready to go here in the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Got his man on the right. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got two-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And the Dogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass, it's Applewhite. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way. But
he lost one down the sideline. Snags it. Touchdown, Georgia. And the pummeling has started.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You've got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw for it. Here's a heat. Great job by this savvy senior. The Dogs are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. Spits it out to the back. Pulls it in. It's Davis. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line of the game.
Really nice job by the running back setting up that angle route. He's making it look like he's running to the flat, and then he puts his foot in the ground, cuts back across the defender's face, and makes himself an easy target for the quarterback.
Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to throw, it's Applewhite. Gets it out fast. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. A completion, but not quite enough for the first down. 3rd down coming for this offense. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Caught in the backfield. It's Williams. At the 45 on his way. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Fires deep toward the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. What will they dial up on 2nd, and a long way to go? They'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw again. And his throw is incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got...
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Down Bulldogs.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Getting set for the point after. Smashes it through for the PAT. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Louisville is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Lamar Jackson should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Georgia Tech. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll pull it on the read. Kept it and he's past the marker. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown Bulldogs! And the stomping has commenced.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And he did make that extra point. No issue with the treacherous foot. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Quarterback on the keeper. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
As sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep, good coverage.
He'll keep it himself. Quick step and go. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Man, it's so nice to have a QB that can do that can run and make plays when you need it. Late in the football game, trying to run this clock out, preserve the win. He picks up the big first down and keeps the clock moving.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Gets it past the marker. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. And the Dogs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. He'll do it himself. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He'll pull it on the read. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. The Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The Dogs come to the ball, trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll move the tight end. Quarterback on the keeper. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that first down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He'll keep it himself. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He'll do it himself. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Georgia! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The lead grows, you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock and made no doubt about it.
Just complete